What's going on, guys? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another Major League Baseball recap. We have so much on the agenda today. What I'm going to start doing is, because I don't have a background right now, let me know in the comment section down below. What do you guys want to see? Do you want to see more flags? Do you want to see a wall full of baseball cards? Do you want me to put up shelves and have my YouTube plaque and autographed baseballs? What do you want to see behind me? And then also, here's going to be the timeline of today's video. There's one, two, I don't know how much there's going to be, but if you guys want to skip to Mookie Betts or anything, here's the timestamps. I thought it was kind of cool. And without further ado, it's time for Major League Baseball recap. Now, I bring you this news with a heavy heart because this man is alone in Major League Baseball history. Don Larson, the former pitcher for the New York Yankees, he is the only human ever to throw a perfect game in the World Series. He did pass away on the 1st of January. A really sad start to this new year, but he'll never be forgotten. A Yankee and baseball legend. So I tip my cap to you, Mr. Don. You'll be missed, man. So unfortunately, there's not only that news about a Yankees pitcher, Don Larson, passing away, there's also an update on Domingo Germán. If you guys have no idea who that is, he was a pretty good pitcher for the Yankees last year. He was a young stud. He almost looked like a poor man's Luis Severino. He throws really hard. He strikes out a lot of guys. But unfortunately, he's going to be missing quite some time because last year, towards the end of the 2019 season, he got in trouble. He was at some party and there was a lot of MLB executives and personnel there. I have no idea how the story is, turning out, but apparently it was harsh enough to the point where he is now suspended for the first 63 games of 2020. It's only 63 because it was an 81 game ban, but he served 9 games at the end of 2019 and then all of the playoffs, so it went from 81 to 63 and he's not getting paid for any of it. So yeah, Domingo Germán, it's a good thing they signed Garrett Cole because they're going to need him to be a workhorse. Germán's going to be gone for quite some time. Wow, what a very morbid start to this episode. First, Don Larson is passing away, and then Domingo Germán is getting a suspension for being not a very good person. All right, can we talk about something more positive?
Yeah, that one. Oh, this ball is absolutely blistered. High, far into the darkness. I don't know if it's landed yet.
So this is going to be positive, but then we're going to flip it and turn it into something negative. So it's a very weird MLB recap. I'm sorry about that, but it's the news. We have to talk about it. Luis Robert, the top prospect, probably in baseball right now. I think he's ranked in the top 3, but in my opinion, he looks to be like the next Mike Trout, just without the speed. I cannot wait for him to be called up. Luis Robert, he is going to be in the opening day lineup for the Chicago White Sox, so they don't care about service time. If you guys remember when Chris Bryant was in the minors, the Cubs held him down so they could keep him on their major league roster for one more extra year of contract. That's not going to happen. He just got an extension, 6 years for $50 million. So good on Luis Robert. He's getting a ton of money, even though he's never played Major League Baseball. And I just kind of thought to myself, he's never played professional baseball before. He got 6 years, $50 million. When you compare that to an all-star in Ozzie Albies, he got a contract extension of 7 years, $35 million. What even is that? Luis Robert, never even sniffed a Major League Baseball diamond, is getting more than a potential perennial all-star in Ozzie Albies. That makes no sense. I think the Braves, they have to kind of look in the mirror and say, we screwed this guy. I know Ozzie Albies did it to himself, but come on. Ozzie, he's worth more than $5 million a year. If Luis Robert gets 50, Ozzie Albies should be getting 100. Can we all agree on that? So those are my rants for today. Everything, for the most part, going forward should be a little bit more positive. I hope that you guys are enjoying the new vibe of MLB Recap where we have little timelines, we have new music. I'm just trying to bring more energy because baseball is my favorite thing in the world. And it's the off season. It's January. It's getting very cold out. Nothing's really happening, but luckily, you got me, and I love baseball. It's the only thing I care about, so we're going to talk about it every day. Now we're going to get into some signings before we talk about a few trade rumors in Mookie Betts, and apparently Francisco Lindor, his rumors have died down, so that makes me super happy as an Indians fan. But like I said, we're going to talk about the signings right now, and the first 2 players are going to be backstops. Jason Castro signed a 1-year contract with the Angels. The Angels have had some bad luck trying to keep catchers, whether it's Martin Maldonado, Jonathan Lucroy was a bust for them, and now they have Jason Castro, who has been known to rake, and he has a pretty decent glove as well. He can also run a little bit, so I'm hoping that Jason Castro can, really capture lightning in a bottle. I need to see Mike Trout in the playoffs. Anthony Rendon, go off. I hope that Julio Teheran can get his velocity back, and I'm hoping that Jason Castro can do his thing. Please, baseball gods, spare Mike Trout. Get him one more playoff at bat. That's all we care about. The Red Sox have signed a deal with Kevin Plawecki. If you guys didn't know, he was on the Indians in 2019. Not a very good player, not at all. So congrats to the Red Sox. They've signed Jose Peraza, Martin Perez, and Kevin Plawecki. Excellent offseason, if you ask me.
6 against him. That's down the right field line into the corner. This ball is gone for a home run. Nationals on top. Howie Kendrick.
The Washington Nationals land a huge fish in Will Harris, and this is kind of funny because Will Harris last played for the Houston Astros, where he gave up a home run to the Nationals second baseman Howie Kendrick. So he is now joining the 2019 World Series squad. He does not want to compete against Howie Kendrick ever again. That was a really good pitch, a fastball down. Howie Kendrick just had a better swing. He'll never have to deal with that again. He signs a 3-year deal with the Nationals, which is huge because they had the second worst bullpen in all of Major League Baseball, which kind of goes to show you, is the bullpen overrated in the league? I mean, I know that they were really good in the playoffs, but in the season, they almost had a 6 ERA. That's awful. Now, the only thing that the Nationals need to do is they need to recoup losing Anthony Rendon. They can do that a couple different ways. I think that Nolan Arenado is going to be untouchable. We'll also talk about him. Apparently, there's a 50-50 shot that he's going to get traded before the season starts. I don't think that's going to happen, but we will talk about that. Josh Donaldson is still on the market. If you put him at third base, the Nationals are just as good. And also, I think they're better with Will Harris. They re-signed Steven Strasburg. Josh Donaldson is almost as good as Anthony Rendon, in my opinion. You guys might disagree with that. Rendon, Donaldson, kind of the same, but not really. I think that makes them pretty good. Juan Soto is going to be older, which means he's probably going to get better. They still have Adamine and a few other guys. Victor Robles is going to get better with age. The Washington Nationals are still in a good place. They just added Will Harris. They've kept Steven Strasburg. If they can add Josh Donaldson or Chris Bryant, they're looking really good.
This may be playable. A lot of times it'll come back and oh my goodness, did he catch that?
He caught that.
You gotta be.
Now, I just brought up the Nolan Arenado trade speculations, and I was on MLB.com last night trying to find some articles to present you guys for today's video, and it just said in a big fat title, Nolan Arenado trade is a 50-50 possibility. What does that even mean? Is that just supposed to be clickbait to get people to click on it and then have a new rumor to talk about? Nolan Arenado is not going to be traded, especially the rumors are saying that he might go to the Dodgers. Why would the Rockies trade their best player, maybe in franchise history, aside from Todd Helton and Larry Walker? Why would they trade Nolan Arenado in the same division and have him compete against their own squad for the next 10 to 15 years? That's not going to happen. And in my opinion, if we're talking about percentages and 50-50 splits, it's a 0%. Zero. It's not going to happen. If he gets traded, it'll be outside the division, probably to an American League team like the Rangers. And Nolan Arenado on the Rangers would be amazing.
There's a drive to left field, racing back, Goodwin, still back, and that ball is gone! You have seen another one!
And then last but not least, we have to talk about Mookie Betts and how he's possibly on the trading block. And yet again, the Dodgers are in play. The only reason why the Dodgers are in so many rumors is because they have absolutely failed this offseason. They missed out on Madison Bumgarner. They missed out on re-signing Ryu. They missed out on Steven Strasburg, Garrett Cole. I mean, they gave A.J. Pollock a ton of money, yet they can't get the guys that they really need. I'm hoping that Walker Buehler breaks out even more. Maybe Clayton Kershaw can fix his playoff mistakes, because I still think that the Dodgers are the favorites to win their division, the National League West. It's going to be a whole lot harder without someone like Mookie Betts in their outfield to help with that offense, because Cody Bellinger, he has almost a 100 batting average in the playoffs. They need someone to get it done. Mookie Betts has shown that he can do it. They would probably have to trade Alex Verdugo, so you wouldn't have a Alex Verdugo, Mookie Betts, Cody Bellinger outfield. That would be probably the best in baseball. You'd probably have to give away Verdugo, maybe Pollock, maybe Jock Peterson, because Mookie Betts, when he's at the top of his game, he's a top 5, some would even say a top 2 player in baseball, right behind Mike Trout. So that's the story. Is Mookie Betts going to get traded to the Dodgers? In my opinion, I don't think so. The Dodgers, they're just trying to stir up the pot, going for Francisco Lindor, going for Nolan Arenado. What's next? Going for, who knows, Arnold Schwarzenegger, or who's some other guy that just doesn't make any sense? Me. It's like them saying they're going to trade for me. It's not going to happen. All right, guys, well, that is going to do it for today's Major League Baseball recap. I hope that you did enjoy it. If you're bored, if you're at school or work, anything like that, I have a full playlist of videos right here if you guys want to delve into them. I talk about baseball every single day. I'm trying to bring some high energy to these videos. I love baseball. 2020 is going to be our year. It's going to be a great season. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.